Hello, this is Alan, and we're south of Bainbridge today on a property to talk with Skylar Smith about timber harvesting and wildlife management on this property. Skylar, appreciate it.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for coming. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
What we're doing right here is we're harvesting the timber in a basal area between about 30 and 40 for quail habitat. Typically what that means, as you can see, is the canopy of the trees aren't touching, so the sunlight can shine down, hit the ground, native grasses to grow for our quail habitat.
When you're scanning and scouting what's going to be thinned, is that something that you would do personally, or do you hire that out?
Typically the forester does it. We want to leave our high value trees, which would be our pole timber. When we come in and we do selectively thin, for us, we're taking out any quote-unquote junk trees. Scars, sweeps, fork trees, any imperfections. We're taking out all the trees that aren't tall, straight, and pretty.
And how long has this been going on right here?
It's almost complete, almost. And then we'll get a rake crew to come in, and then they'll clean it up, and then once they clean it up, then we'll burn the piles, and then we come in and implement food plots as quickly as possible.
Now, do you have another area on the property that maybe have been, cleaned in the last 2 or 3 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Well, then can we go try to look at that?
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
Let's go take a look at it.
All right.
Mr. Allen, here we are, what we call the tornado block. It's about 75 acres. And what we did here is we probably got a 35 on our basal area. So the canopies of the trees aren't touching here, so that the sunlight will come down and our native grasses will come up out here from the sunlight hitting the ground.
I know a lot of our landowners and need to harvest their timber for the cash flow and for actually the timber. But I know you mentioned how important it is for you guys to strictly do that, to open it up for the wildlife. Now, you mentioned you cut this about 3 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
Now you'll come in, I think you said you're going to rake it and then you'll plant grass, or what will you do now to get ready?
Yes, sir, it's been raked. Typically out here, it's not the most ideal thing. This is a newer course, so it's starting from the ground up. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our timber, our trees in the right basal area, the right thickness. Then we're going to come in, like here is loaded with bahia grass. So we're going to come in, and what we did in years past, this was 5th row thin. So we come in here and we're going to hair up all the 5th rows and all the 10th rows, and we're going to come in here and we're going to plant that Tifley 3 millet for food plots, and then we'll do some brown top 2 millet in there too, and we're going to suffocate this bahia grass out. Then once we get those strips suffocated out, we'll come in and we'll grid like native grass seed, whether it be maybe some broom sage or weeping love grass, or we may sprig some wiregrass, some Indian grass, tall drop, sand drop, any native grasses that'll benefit our quail. So Mr. Allen, this is the ultimate look that we're trying to achieve out here in the quail woods this is our latest burn. As you can see, the wiregrass is catching the summer rains and is popping and coming up nice. This is the look that we're looking for at Southwind.
Well, it's certainly a beautiful piece of property, and I can tell by what our conversations have been today that you guys do a tremendous job. It takes a lot longer to get this place ready like this than overnight. Certainly you've been able to explain that to us. But certainly, Skylar, I want to thank you for your time today. Been very informative, and appreciate it very much.
Yes, sir.
All right.